Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Brent. First and foremost, we want to wish you guys all the happiest of holidays, and we really want to thank you all for the support you've given us this year. It's been absolutely incredible, and I don't know where we'd be without you, but because of that, we actually have the owner's reaction at the end of the video. And after that, we wanted to try and give back and help someone who may have needed it. So RJ went out to dinner with our friend Mike, and I think he did just that. So watch through the entire video because you definitely don't want to miss it. It's super heartwarming. And we're so grateful for everything that we have. And hopefully one act of kindness here in our video will make even just one of you watching want to do something good for somebody in need or in your community. Anyways, talking a little bit about the car, we have a 1987 Buick Grand National that was left in a storage unit in 2015, and it hasn't been touched since. And someone previously tried to wet sand it and buff it out, and it was in really bad shape when we got it. So we had a lot of work to fix it, starting with the wheels, and that's where I want to ask the question of the video, so leave your answers in the comments below. What type of wheels are on this car and what makes them special? Let's see how many of you know. So while spraying the car off, we noticed there was a lot of compound left over and a bunch of cracks and stuff. So we wanted to make sure we could get that out, and we gave a call to our friend Jason Kilmer, who is a world-renowned detailer, and he's actually going to be flying out for a video here soon to help us out on another car, which is going to be really cool. But here's what he had to say.
Hey Jason, Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, RJ.
It's good to see you. So we got this Grand National behind me, and it has a bunch of compound splattered all over it in the cracks. So we have to obviously remove all that, and I figured no better way than to start with O'Burke's all-purpose cleaner, or rather all-purpose soap, to break that down. But if we still have issues breaking down the compound, especially in those tight areas, what do you think the go-to is?
The easiest way would be use IPA, which is rubbing alcohol. You can dilute it at 1:1. Spray it on a rag or spray it on the jams and let it, since it's a solvent, it'll start dissolving that compound. So hopefully. It depends how long it's been there, but it'll loosen it up eventually.
And guys, for more detailing tips and tricks, check out Jason's podcast, Driven by Details. It's him and his business partner, Maddie. You guys have helped us so much. We would love for other people to check out your podcast, and you guys can hopefully spread the wealth of knowledge that you guys have gained over years and years of experience. So,
thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And we're going to get you on next season, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, me and Brent both, I think, are to be coming on. So
absolutely.
So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that, guys. Jason, Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to
and
you too.
we'll talk soon.
All right.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you.
Now moving into the engine bay, if you guys have any cool info on these engines specifically, leave it in the comments below. I'm going to read every single comment.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Today's sponsor of this video is Futo. Now, Futo is going to apply to you programmers and software engineers out there. They will give up to $80,000 for you and your team to work exclusively on your open source project. They will fly you down to Austin, Texas to work in their 13,000 square foot warehouse along with a bunch of other software engineers and like-minded individuals. And you'll also get free room and board right across the street from the warehouse. And all of this is only 1 mile away from downtown Austin, which has great nightlife, apparently a great comedy scene, and is home to one of the largest and fastest growing tech communities. If you're interested in applying, there's 3 things that you must have. 1, you must have an open source project, so open source code. 2, you must have or plan to have an honest business model. For example, you can't take users' data and sell it for profit. And 3, you can't want to sell your company once it gets big to one of the large tech firms. So if your goal is to build a technology or a business that gets big enough so you can sell it to Amazon, this opportunity probably isn't gonna be for you. The fact that they are pushing to put grants and money and housing and environments in the hands of those who may not have access to it, who want to do something big and change the world, but just don't know how to get there. So if you're a programmer or a software engineer and you want to move to Austin, you want to be around like-minded individuals, have funding for your project and bring your team along and start on the journey of starting something amazing, something new, something that will revolutionize the world, then you guys definitely need to check out Futo.
You can find the link in the description or pinned comment below, and you can apply from there. And we're really excited to see what Futo does in the future and how you guys will change the world. So thank you so much to Futo for not only sponsoring this video, but also trying to put the power of technology back into the hands of the people. Now moving on to the interior, you guys can see that the previous owner or somebody tried putting dryer sheets inside the car, and I think that they did that because they thought it was a mouse deterrent, and I can straight up tell you that that is not a fact, because we found some stuff under the back seat, and just looking around the car you can see that mice were in here. So if you guys believe in that, I don't really know where that came from, but I don't think it's true. any of you guys know what the symbol is that's on the top of the seat, leave it in the comments below.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, this Buick, what I originally thought was oxidation, is wet sanding marks. Apparently, the previous owner wanted to do wet sanding and compounding and polishing on his own instead of taking it to a professional, and this is what we're left with, which is inconsistent machine sanding. You can see where he wasn't able to have the pad, the sanding disc flat, so it created a bunch of pigtails. And what happens is when you actually polish these sanding marks out, like you tried to over here, all those pigtails are left behind because they're much deeper than the initial sanding marks. So this whole entire car is riddled with these pigtails, and truth be told, the whole thing needs to be block sanded, cut, polished, probably, I don't know, 2 days of work, which we don't have today. So we're gonna try our best to obviously remove the sanding marks and hopefully remove some of the pigtails with a two-step, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. The goal is to just bring back some depth and gloss and make it uniform with the rest of the car, but really is a shame, and that's why you really shouldn't attempt anything that you're not fully familiar with, because that guy honestly did thousands of dollars of damage to his car. So that's a bummer.
And it might be a little hard to tell on camera, but when we finished up the detail, we decided to polish up the rims as well, just to give it that extra shine and make the final result that much better. And I think it was definitely worth doing because it made all the difference. So this is Marco. He's the owner of the Grand National that we just filmed. And Marco, how did you come across this car?
Marketplace. It was posted at noon. It was about 2.5 hours away from my house. I talked to the guy. He said people are trying to hit him up for pictures, details. I was like, I have cash. I'm jumping in the car right now. And I literally drove out there, saw it, put a deposit in, and we closed the deal.
And you brought it right to us.
Yeah, it was straight to you guys. So I'm very gracious for this moment. You guys.
Well, we spent all day today detailing it. I'm not really going to take any more time so you can really see what we did with it. So
RJ's a beast, so let's see this. Let's go.
Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh, yes. This is the same car.
Yeah, I don't know how we would find another one.
That's crazy. That's perfection right there.
I know you said that the last guy who had it or whoever tried to detail it last left a lot of compound in a lot of spaces, so we did our best to get as much of it as possible. A lot of it came off.
Oh, so you guys killed it straight up. This looks like a whole different car, man. I'm not even lying to you. Like, you know, like when you get like a project like this, right? The first thing you do is like you want to clean it up and see what you're working with. And like you guys, RJ, Brent killed this.
Yeah. We polished out the rims for you.
Yo, 2023, it's gonna be over. Just wait on it.
Everyone that I showed this car to, they were like, either I want it or I know someone who wants it.
Of course, yeah. I'm telling you what. As soon as the fair weather comes over here in Cleveland, you guys, the keys are yours. It's got a posi too. It's got the little RPO code on the back, G80.
I know you mentioned to me when you brought it here as well. It has some parts on it that technically aren't supposed to be there.
The story goes, the gentleman that I got it from, the previous owner to him, he had 2 of these, right? And so one was his absolute baby. So it was like the $100,000 car. So he took some parts from this one because he had them both to complete his, right?
Oh.
So for example, let me check out this interior, by the way. Oh, it smells so clean too. You can't beat this, no way. This is amazing. So this right here, this is from a T-Type, right? The lesser model. Mm-hmm. It's just a horn piece. So for example, he probably, the 2 owners ago, took the Grand National one and put this one on, kind of like as a fit. Another example, I'm almost positive you see how there's chrome here? It looks like somebody like possibly plasti dipped it.
Yeah.
That's not original to the car. It would be black.
Okay.
So some pieces, at least, just, I'm not an expert, but just some stuff that I've noticed as well. The RPO code on the back, everything, the RPO code is pretty much gives you, I believe it's WE2 is the code that it's a real Grand National, and this one is. So if you look up the codes, you get all the info you need on these. The code on the trunk matches the VIN, clean title, ready to go. I'm just very fortunate to kind of have the opportunity to have you guys clean it and, for your channel. And like I said, like
like, you know, when you get a car and it's just been sitting in storage or, you know, abandoned for years on end, and then finally somebody cleans it up like this, it makes it worth the money. So.
Well, we're really glad you brought it to us, and it was awesome meeting you, so thank you so much, dude.
Thank you guys, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And after finishing the detail, we really wanted to say, again, thank you guys for everything you do for us. And I'm going to show you what RJ went and did on behalf of both of us, because we really want to give back to the people in our community and also try to help out people who could need it. And along with this, RJ's grandmother unfortunately passed away about a month ago, and we wanted to make a donation to a charity that she belonged to as well. So we did that as well in memory of her. And I know that that meant a lot to RJ because he was super close with her and his family. So the fact that we could do that just makes everything that we're doing worth it.
Hang on real quick, man. I have a YouTube channel where we actually detail cars, and like this past couple years have been like amazing for us. Yeah. And when I went up to the hostess, I asked her if there was a server that, you know, would benefit from a good tip.
Oh, no way.
And she told me that you were having like a bad day, and that you were in school, and like you were you're just a really good person.
Wow.
And we want to give you $1,000.
Stop!
I swear. Oh man. Oh. Can I give you a hug? Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, she said that you were just a really kind-hearted person, and yeah, 100%, man. Hopefully it goes to help you and your family. Yeah, no, more than happy, man. And we do have it on video. It's okay if we use it on our next video. If not, we don't have to use it.
I mean, yeah, that's.
Or we can blur your face, whatever you prefer.
Blur my face out. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's no problem.
No
As long as
problem.
that's okay with you, we want to make sure. If not, we won't do it at all.
Yeah, that's fine.